Okay. You've had enough fun hauling me around like a rag doll. Now put me down this instant!
As you wish. So tell me, dear wife, how shall we begin?
Well, according to proper Hylian etiquette, we must put on our blindfolds, earplugs, and mittens before we begin any sexual contact. For the preservation of modesty, of course. Honestly, Ganondorf, must you always be so dramatic?
Zelda, a wedding night is a sacred thing. We are not going to make a mockery of it with those ridiculous ancient Hylian traditions.
No need to make such a fuss over my first suggestion. Doing things in a more modern way suits me just fine.
So, are you going to be serious now?
Of course. After all, a consummation is a very serious thing that deserves the utmost maturity and grace, and I fully intend to treat it as such.
Well then, I'm glad that we agree.
Oh God, I can see his naughty bits. You know, since this is such a special night, I could recite some poetry to enhance the, romantic mood. Or perhaps we should get a bottle of wine?
Not tonight. This is not the time for distractions or silliness. Tonight, all we must do is pleasure each other. So, shall we start things off with a kiss?
How about just a hug instead? Why can't I just do this? What are you doing?
I'm going to sleep in the guest room tonight. You're clearly not ready for this, and I'm sure as hell not going to force you.
Wait!
Damn it, Zelda! It's fine. We don't need to.
Just listen. I admit, having sex with you is something that I'm extremely nervous about. But I think it's my conscience that's the real root of the problem.
What the hell are you talking about?
I was so desperate to have you agree to this political marriage that I thought I was justified to try to pass myself off as, well, better than I really am. But if we're actually going to consummate this union, then I need to tell you the truth first. And from there you can decide if you still want to do this or not.
Well, what is it then?
I lied to you about being a virgin.
I don't...
But before you say another word, please allow me to explain. I'm not the perverted degenerate that my court loves to say I am. I only ever slept with one man, and it was a mistake I made when I was just 13 years old. He was one of my tutors. And because of his looks and charisma, I never even suspected that he was a monster. But in his eyes, I was nothing but a stupid tool, only useful for social climbing and lecherous amusement.
You already said you love me.
Please, don't! This isn't...
This is what people who love each other do.
The affair lasted just a few months before I finally admitted to myself that something was wrong. And I asked Impa for help. Can I talk to you?
You have a choice to make, sir.
We dealt with the problem as discreetly as we could. But unfortunately, the damage was already done.
What am I gonna do? Everyone is going to know! My life is ruined!
Be calm. We'll figure something out.
I'm sorry that I lied to you.
Zelda, you were just a child. That was a crime committed against you, not a fault of your own.
Even so, you were given false information when you accepted my proposal. So I'm offering you an annulment.
What?
I understand if you wish to leave. We can just pretend this whole humiliating thing never happened and look for a different road to peace.
Oh, damn it, Zelda! I lived and worked in a godforsaken brothel as a child, and you didn't turn me away when I told you.
Well, no, but...
Neither one of us is worthy of any less just because of what some filthy animal did to us.
Ganon.
And I swear, I will hunt down that man and feed him his own entrails, then chop off his... and damn this flimsy Hylian furniture along with him! Would you care to explain what exactly you find so damn funny?
I Maintaining my composure has become increasingly difficult. But I understand your frustration, dear husband. Our bed couldn't have chosen a more rude time to break. It's been ages since I've had a good laugh.
You know, this bed has been so disrespectful. I'm starting to suspect that it thinks nothing really mattress.
You make puns? Why am I even surprised? Of course the self-proclaimed king of evil loves puns.
Oh, and you're above such things?
By leagues.
So what kind of sophisticated humor do you enjoy then?
Slapstick.
Oh, you've made a terrible mistake, my dear.
Is that so?
Indeed. Because even though a dignified man such as myself does not start pillow fights, I do enjoy winning them.
Then fight more and talk less.
Aren't you going to complain about how many irreplaceable antiques we destroyed in our battle?
You know what? Just for tonight, to hell with the antiques.
It's getting late. I should head back to my room.
All right. But before you go, may I ask you something? It's very personal, so I completely understand if you would rather not answer. But I would like to better understand your perspective.
I suppose that's okay with me. So, what do you want to know?
Well, what I went through as a child has made me apprehensive about sex. But you went through something so much worse, and yet you still seem to enjoy physical intimacy. How has that horrible experience not affected you?
It did. Sometimes in life, your enemies will scar you in places other than the flesh. They will try to change you, warp your sense of self.
So, how did you recover?
I chose to fight it. To fight them. By learning how to be myself again. And even though I can't say that I've completely healed yet, I'm still progressing. I'm much better now than I was.
I see.
Don't you dare share this with anyone, understand?
Of course.
Good. Then I'm going back to my room for the night. Good night, Zelda.
Good night, Ganondorf. And thank you.